Volcanic soils are among the most fertile on the planet, attracting people to the slopes of these violent mountains to make their homes and livings. Tungurahua is no exception. The rural population here depends almost exclusively on agriculture. The neighborhood of Huive Grande marks the start of a single road that curves around the west side of the volcano, tucked between the volcano's steep slope and the Chambo River. Towns all along this road lie within the high-risk zone. Because Tungurahua's crater opens to the west and the dominant winds blow from the east, this western flank receives the brunt of the volcano's activity. Yet residents continue to farm and, in many cases, to live at the volcano's base.
Usted siembra lo que siembra y aquí hace todo bueno. Por eso nosotros vivimos aquí contentos.
Lo que no se siembra, nomás no hace bueno. Pero todo lo que se siembre,
es bueno.
Se hace bueno, ¿no?
Sí.
Husband and wife Miguel Morales and Gloria Alguiller live at the northwestern edge of Tungurahua's rural high-risk zone at an intersection called Los Pájaros. The name means the birds, and the intersection is named for a statue that greets visitors to the area in what was once a park. Luis Chavez, a friend and neighbor, stands outside the Morales house during an interview in 2010. Across the street, you can see the statue of the birds, now just one. The dark rubble behind and in front of the statue, essentially leading up to the Morales house, is the remains of the pyroclastic flow, a red-hot avalanche of gas and debris, from 4 years earlier. In 2006, during Tungurahua's most violent eruption since 1918, this pyroclastic flow took out the lower bird, leaving its feet and some rusted rebar as a reminder of the volcano's force. The neighborhood above it was almost completely devoured by the flow.
El 16 de agosto, ahí sí se acabó esto, se tapó 46 casas están tapadas aquí.
Algunos ya habían vuelto con las cosas acá diciendo que como ese día que como no tapó nada, las casas, dijeron ya no ha de pasar más, entonces todo el mundo regresó con las cosas, a las casas ahí. Y ese día todo el mundo se fue solo así, agarrado lo que estaba puesto y al segundo día no había nada, quedaron sin nada.
The flow very narrowly missed the Morales house.
Mi casa tapó hasta aquí, media la mitad de la pared.
Así
tapado,
pero no le
pero
llegó.
no llegó más para adentro, no tapó nada.
Solo nosotros quedamos, esta y otra casa de allá quedó sana en todo el deslave que bajó.
I asked why they thought their house had survived.
Yo creo que le dio fuerza para allá y para allá como este era un poquito más altito. Tal vez o no tuvo porque...
Y para con Diosito también a veces es como un milagro también.
In July of 2006, pyroclastic flows came down on either side of the town of Kusua, trapping residents who failed to evacuate, killing livestock, and burying crops. Even so, the August eruption, just 1 month later, the same one that buried Huive Grande, was the one that drove most residents from their homes.
La segunda erupción, esa fue más esperante para nosotros.
Edmundo Rodriguez evacuated with his family to the nearby town of El Pingue when the eruption started.
Imagínense que nosotros a donde detrás de esta montaña estamos, en el Pingue, y llegaba a las piedras. Y nosotros decíamos, y muchos decían, si acá llega a las piedras, ¿qué será en Kusua? Decía.
Residents returned to their town the following day to find their homes and greenhouses damaged. This damage was common all throughout the western slope of the volcano.
Había caído una piedra, de este porte, un cascajo, incandescente seguramente, había caído en el zinc, se rompió el zinc, cayó encima de la cama, como que ahí la cama con el colchón, y se había quemado el colchón.
Rodriguez and his family, as well as many other high-risk zone residents, spent the next 2 years without a permanent home. In 2008, Ecuador's government and aid agencies constructed over 500 houses distributed between 3 different relocation communities, all outside the high-risk zones. Many relocated residents now commute over half an hour to reach their farmland on the volcano. Kusua residents relocated to a community about 45 minutes away in the town of La Paz.
Trabajo y a 5 o 6 de la tarde yo ya me voy para allá. O sea, aquí viven muy pocas gentes. Creo que unas 20 familias. De ahí toda la mayoría dormimos allá. De ahí todos volvimos, todos los días entramos a trabajar, sí.
On weekends, the towns in the high-risk zone feel far from abandoned. Every Sunday, people gather to play volleyball and to watch their teams take on rivals in soccer. Here in Kusua, the soccer field was covered by one of the July 14, 2006 pyroclastic flows. The community cleared it, and new vegetation now grows over the volcanic rubble. The 2006 eruption is far from the only hardship the residents of this zone have faced. The single road, once a major thoroughfare between the Amazon and the Andes, was destroyed in 1999 by volcanic mudflows called lahars, and many times again since then.
Aquí era triste vivir porque ahí no había ni carreteras, ¿verdad? Ahí no había ni acceso, había solamente, todo esto era monte, o sea, la población en el tiempo que quedó botado, todo se destruyó, todo se terminó.
Farmers returned to work their lands after the evacuations, but many had to carry their goods on foot.
Pero ¿cuál era la triste realidad de que las autoridades no nos querían ayudar por nada, siendo que era zona de alto riesgo?
Communities took it upon themselves to fix the road while they waited for the government to act. Shown here are the remnants of a wooden bridge built by the residents of the next town south from Kusua, called Bilbao.
O sea, el mero hecho de vivir en una zona de alto riesgo, más bien debe ser, por lo menos con las vías. Porque usted sabe que si usted tiene vías, usted rato en emergencia hasta puede correr. Pero si no tiene vías, ¿por dónde va a correr?
The government relocated the route past the volcano after the 2006 eruptions. The new road, to remain unpaved, is intended for local access only. Still, alongside signs warning of lahar danger, local governments have erected signs reading evacuation route and ecotourist byway. The road continues to be plagued by lahars as it winds its way through the high-risk zone. Risk and risk perception varies between communities, even within this high-risk zone. About 50 families live in Bilbao, as compared to Kusua's 20. And whereas Kusua's school has moved to La Paz, Bilbao still runs its school at the volcano's base. These children, in school in Bilbao, have grown up with the volcano's activity.
Del volcán, ¿no se dan miedo? No. ¿O sí un poco?
No. Another town down the road a ways, Uibig, has been abandoned completely. Unmaintained, the school has succumbed to ashfall. At almost the end of the road on the south side of the volcano, the town of Paliktawa suffered the only human losses during the August 2006 eruption. According to local reports, 6 people were killed in pyroclastic flows. 2 were elderly and failed to evacuate. Their grandson, who went back to help them, suffered severe burns but survived. The other 4 victims reportedly grew impatient with the evacuation and went back to their homes in the evening for goods they were afraid would be stolen. The pyroclastic flow also destroyed a major bridge connecting the town to the farmland across the Puela River. A footbridge was put in place until the government built a metal bridge in 2010, 4 years after the eruption. Jorge Totoy sleeps in the relocation community nearby in Penipe and farms his land up on the mountain slope above Paliktawa.
Salimos justamente en el año 99 cuando tuvimos la evacuación. Entonces, como recién no sabíamos más claro de cómo se comportaba un volcán, el miedo, el susto, nos puso en salida, o sea, nos sacaron las autoridades y nosotros mismos salimos. Fuimos a estar 2 o 3 meses fuera en otros terrenos, en otras tierras, a veces de empleados, nos sacábamos los recursos y no pudimos soportar, la mayoría de gente no soportó y regresamos nuevamente a nuestras tierras a recuperarlas y con esa experiencia, o sea que si no tienes un buen trabajo, una buena tierra donde que tú puedas hacer lo que sabes hacer, la agricultura, pues era imposible. Entonces eso nosotros mejor buscamos alternativas de quedarnos en nuestra tierra.
Although several government programs were put in place to try to move farmers out of the high-risk zone, many farmers prefer to keep the land they have. They can't get a comparable plot of land elsewhere, they say, because the yield on Tungurahua is just that good. Instead, some farmers have adapted their practices to resist the effects of ashfall.
En el momento que nosotros empezamos a perder ya una cosecha, perdimos, entonces vimos que, o sea, ¿qué pasó, no? Entonces tratamos de buscar alternativas. En este caso, ahora como te comentaba del frijol, entonces el frijol se vira, pero si lo colgamos con algo fuerte, o sea, le ponemos una parte que tenga movimiento, pero no se nos vaya al suelo, entonces con el mismo viento, tú sabes que la naturaleza tiene sus cambios, el viento es que nos ayuda bastante en la limpieza de las plantas, entonces se mueve ahí, la piolita está colgado y pues le alzamos, le tutoriamos, que decimos nosotros, y dio resultado. Entonces ahí comenzó uno, de ahí ya se va duplicando las familias.
Totoy also did other things to adapt to ashfall. He uses the sprinklers that water crops in the dry months of summer to rinse ash from the crops when the volcano is active. He replaced native hairy grasses with smooth grasses and other forage plants like alfalfa, ryegrass, bluegrass, and clover. The ash doesn't stick to the smooth grasses and can easily be washed off. To keep livestock healthy for upcoming ashfall, farmers of Paliktawa make a supplementary food from rice or wheat residual mixed with sugarcane molasses. And in 2011, the community used a simple machine provided by the local government to make stores of concentrated food from corn and sugarcane. Totoy has enough food for 10 head of cattle to eat for 15 days.
La temperatura es una temperatura acogedora, son valles, tenemos riego, son terrenos volcánicos ricos en nutrientes, entonces es algo que nos ha permitido mantenernos en nuestros hogares donde que nacimos, crecimos, estamos envejeciéndonos ya al lado del volcán.
Es que siempre ya con esto, imagínense que vamos 10 años. Imagínense 10 años. Chuta, tantas cosas que hemos pasado. Cosa que tenemos muchas experiencias, ¿no? Y algo hay que aprender, ¿no? Hay algo que aprender.